Welcome to Sunday School.
We hope you have a great time with us this morning.
Hello everyone, welcome to today's Sunday School. I'm Fran and this is Waffles if you've not met us before. Did you see the last Sunday School? David was telling us all about Peter, that's Jesus' friend and disciple, and we were finding out some of the exciting things that have been happening to him. Well, today we're going to find out something else that happened to Peter, even more amazing than last time. But before that, we're going to have an amazing game. Yeah, it's called Amazing because it's full of mazes. It's amazing mazes. So in the game, there's several mazes, and what you do is to help the animal or the person that's in the centre of the maze to escape. So just follow the pathways out to the maze, see if you can help them get out. They get a little bit harder as you go on, but you get a bit more time to have a go at them. So let's play Amazing Mazes. Wow, you did really well there. You managed to find your way out of those mazes. In fact, we could say that you did amazingly well. Did you notice that in the last maze, the person in the middle of the maze was in prison? Well, that person was Peter. So at the start of today's story, Peter is in prison. Now, that's not what we want. But you see, Peter had been telling so many people about Jesus that not everybody liked it. And one of those people was King Herod. And because he was the king, he was in charge. So he'd had Peter thrown into prison. And Peter knew that some of the people who got put in prison didn't ever come out alive. So he must have been a bit worried. But let's find out what happens to him in this story.
Slapstick theater. Peter escapes from prison. This is Peter, who was one of Jesus' disciples.
Yep.
Peter told people about Jesus. There was a king named Herod who tried to stop anyone who tried to tell others about Jesus. He arrested Peter and took him to jail to be executed. While Peter was in prison, the people of the church prayed for him. The night before Peter was supposed to go to trial, he was sleeping. Suddenly, an angel of the Lord stood before him. The angel woke Peter up and said, "Quick, get up." The chains fell off Peter's wrists.
Whoa!
Then the angel told him to get up and get ready to go and to follow him. So Peter left the cell, but all the time he thought was happening wasn't real and that it was just a vision. They passed by the guards, and when they came to the iron gate, it opened for them on its own.
Wow!
Awesome!
They were walking through the street when the angel suddenly left him.
Wait, what did happen?
Peter finally realized that this was all really happening and that God had sent an angel to save him from what King Herod and the Jewish leaders had planned to do to him.
Wow!
He went to the home of Mary, where many believers were together praying. When Peter knocked at the door, a servant girl came to answer.
Hey, let me in! Peter!
When she realized it was Peter, she was so excited that she ran inside to tell people instead of letting Peter in.
I'm sure I heard.
It's Peter!
The people inside thought the girl was wrong and said, "It must be Peter's angel." But Peter kept knocking. When the people finally opened the door, they were amazed. Peter told them about what happened and all about how God sent an angel to rescue him from prison.
We love that story, don't we, Waffles? It really makes us laugh. There's lots of funny things that happen in the story. To start with, when the angel comes to rescue Peter from prison, he's happily going along, thinking it's all a dream. Then suddenly, the angel leaves him in the street and he realises it's real. It was a big shock for him. But he thinks he better go and find some other Christians. So he goes along to their house and the servant girl comes down, opens the door to him. She's so pleased and excited to see it's Peter, she shuts the door in his face and goes back upstairs again. Poor old Peter's left stood in the street. And then I also think it's funny that she goes to tell the Christians who've been praying all along that Peter will get out of prison. She tells them their prayers have been answered and Peter's there, and they don't believe her. They think that she's seen a ghost. But she says, no, it really is Peter. And eventually they let him in. And they realise that God has actually answered their prayers and that it was a miraculous, special way that he's done it too. So I bet they were all really celebrating when they found out that Peter really was out of prison and that he was safe with them again. So we can celebrate too, and one of the best ways we know to do that is by singing a song. Now today's song's got some words that might have been really good for Peter when he was in prison. So it says, when I'm down or I'm anxious, and when I feel like I'm alone, you are there to remind me I'm never on my own. God, I belong to you. God, I belong to you. I am loved by you. So those words are really good. And there's all sorts of ways you can join in. The children on the video are doing singing, dancing, jumping, somersaults, and even some roller skating. So join in whatever way you'd like to do.
When I'm down, when I'm anxious, when I feel like I'm all alone, you are there to remind me I'm never on my own. You are with me in trouble, I don't ever have to hide. You will love me forever, I'm always on your mind. I lift my eyes to the sky. God, I belong to you. God, I am
Well, I hope you enjoyed that song as much as we did. How did you join in? Oh, that's great. Wuffles wanted to do some somersaults and cartwheels himself, but instead he thought he'd do a bit of rolling. It's the closest you can get, isn't it? Not too good at gymnastics. Well, we hope you have a really wonderful time until the next time we see you on Sunday School. But if you do have any difficult times, remember the words of the song. When I'm down or I'm anxious, when I feel like I'm alone, you are there to remind me I'm never on my own. God, I belong to you. God, I am loved by you. So it's bye-bye from us until next time, but don't miss the next Sunday School with David. But for now, bye-bye.